Good morning, T1. How are you guys doing? Happy first day of remote learning. I'm super excited to start this adventure with you guys and see how things are going. I wanted to read another book to you that I loved as a child. Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. In case you're having a bad day, I thought you could feel like Alexander. Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. All right. I went to sleep with gum in my mouth, and now there's gum in my hair. And when I got out of bed this morning, I tripped on a skateboard by mistake. I dropped my sweater in the sink while the water was running, and I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. At breakfast, Anthony found a Corvette Stingray car kit in his breakfast cereal box, and Nick found a junior undercover agent code ring in his breakfast cereal box. But in my breakfast cereal box, all I found was breakfast cereal. I think I'll move to Australia. In the carpool, Mrs. Gilbertson let Becky have a seat by the window. Audrey and Elliot got seats by the window too. I said I was being scrunched. I said I was being smushed. I said if I don't get a seat by the window, I'm going to be carsick. No one even answered. I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. At school, Mrs. Dickens liked Paul's picture of a sailboat better than my picture of the invisible castle. At singing time, I sang too loud. At counting time, she said I left out 16. Who needs 16? I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. I could tell because Paul said I wasn't his best friend anymore. He said that Philip Parker was his best friend, and that Albert Mayo was his next best friend, and that I was only his third best friend. I hope you sit on a tack, I said to Paul. I hope the next time you get a double-decker strawberry ice cream cone, the ice cream part falls off the cone and it lands in Australia. There were 2 cupcakes in Philip Parker's lunch bag, and Albert got a Hershey bar with almonds, and Paul's mother gave him a piece of jelly roll that had little coconut sprinkles on top. Guess whose mother forgot dessert? It was a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. That's what it was, because after school, my mom took us all to the dentist, and Dr. Fields found the cavity in just me. Come by next week, and I'll fix it, said Dr. Fields. Next week, I said, I'm going to be in Australia. On the way downstairs, the elevator door closed on my foot, and while we're waiting for my mom to go get the car, Anthony made me fall where there was mud. And when I started crying because of the mud, Nick said I was a crybaby. While I was punching Nick for saying that I was a crybaby, my mom came back with the car and scolded me for being muddy and fighting. I am having a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. Nobody even answered. So then we went to the shoe store to buy some sneakers. Anthony chose white ones with blue stripes. Nick chose red ones with white stripes. I chose blue ones with red stripes. But the shoe man said we were sold out. They made me buy plain old white ones. But they can't make me wear them. When we picked up my dad at the office, he said I couldn't play with his copying machine. But I forgot. He also said to watch out for the books on his desk, and I was careful as I could except for my elbow. He also said don't fool around with his phone. But I think I called Australia. My dad said don't pick him up anymore. It was a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. There were lima beans for dinner. I hate lima beans. There was kissing on TV. Ugh, I hate kissing. My bath was too hot. I got soap in my eyes. My marble went down the drain. And I had to wear my railroad train pajamas. I hate my railroad train pajamas. When I went to bed, Nick took back the pillow he said I could keep, and the Mickey Mouse nightlight burnt out, and I bit my tongue. The cat wants to sleep with Anthony, not with me. It was a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. My mom said some days are like that. Even in Australia. All right, I hope none of you are having a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. I hope you guys are having fun checking out the Google Classroom. I hope you guys saw that I posted some pictures from Dr. Seuss Day and Thanksgiving and your leprechaun traps you guys did with Mrs. Hoverson. I hope you guys are all doing well. If you guys want to send me a picture, a video, I would love to see what you guys are up to. Just know that I miss you and I love you. And we will talk soon.